Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan Lugo. Thank you so much for tuning in here on Monday, October 23rd. Right now, we are taking a look at Jaguars players that are currently playing at a Pro Bowl level. Jaguars, they have a little bit of a mini bye week, so we have some time to look at some topics we don't normally have a chance to get into. So I wanted to run through the Jaguars roster and take a look at these individual performers that, again, are playing at a Pro Bowl level and should, if they keep playing at this pace, earn a Pro Bowl nod in 2023. Now, as we all know, the Pro Bowl, it is a popularity contest. It is really not a great way to measure the success of a player in a given season. It's usually not kind to the Jaguars players because you need to have name recognition, you need to have notoriety, play in a big market. The Jaguars, they generally do not have all the notoriety that some of the other bigger markets have. So hasn't been kind to a lot of Jaguars in the past. But with the Jaguars coming on the scene last year, making the playoffs, I do think they have a chance to draw some more attention and some more fan votes and some more votes from around the league in 2023. So just want to get into these players. How many Jaguars will make the Pro Bowl? Probably less than a handful, in all honesty. But I think they have 8 players right now that do deserve that honor, and we're going to get into it right here, right now. If you enjoy the content, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can also check out genjag.com/shop and pick up some new Duval gear. So we got to start with Josh Allen, in my opinion, tied for 4th in the league in sacks right now, tied for 2nd in forced fumbles. He's an elite run defender. He's a good coverage dropper as well. Incredibly high energy player at edge for the Jaguars. This is a guy that is in his prime. He is playing for a brand new contract, and he's playing the best ball of his life. And in the second year of a defense, he's excelling. And I think you've seen that from a lot of Jaguars defenders in Mike Caldwell's defense in 2023. Not only are they understanding the defense better, but Mike Caldwell and company are better understanding how to deploy these guys, what makes sense for their skill sets. And it's all come together to create one of the better defenses in the NFL so far through the first 7 weeks. And Josh Allen is leading the charge, no doubt about it, leading the team in sacks, absolutely destroying a lot of left tackles. You know, there's been games where he hasn't picked up a sack, but he's dominated the game. I think you saw that this past week where he was absolutely dominant against the Saints. You saw that against the Bills as well, where they actually took a sack away from him that was probably not warranted. You know, they called the roughing the passer, the unnecessary roughness, whatever it was, BS call in my opinion. I thought it was a clean hit by Josh Allen on Josh Allen, but I digress. This is a guy playing at an extremely high level. There is no chance that if he keeps playing at this level that he will not be in the Pro Bowl in 2023. He's just been that good. He's on pace to break the team single season record for sacks in a year. So kudos to Josh Allen for playing his ass off so far in 2023 and really being one of the leaders of that defense. Looking at the offensive side of the ball, Walker Little, I think he's barely allowed any pressure this year, obviously dealing with the knee injury, so hasn't played all the games, but played primarily at left tackle, had to go over to left guard once Cam Robinson came back. That's where he got injured, but in the brief glimpses we did see him at left guard, he was playing just as well at left guard as he did at left tackle, maybe even better. So I think Walker Little, a guy who probably won't make the Pro Bowl, but a guy who probably deserves it because he's playing at an extremely high level when healthy. Obviously, you hope he can get back from that knee injury quickly. I think Doug Peterson said there's a good chance you'll see him on the practice field this week, so that would be great for Walker Little to get him back out there playing at left guard and fortifying that Jaguars offensive line that really has shown improvement over the last couple weeks. So good stuff there. Staying on the offensive side of the ball, Evan Ingram, tight end. He's 5th in receiving amongst tight ends in the NFL so far this year. He's a mismatch nightmare with his speed and his quickness. And now he's become a guy that has incredibly reliable hands. You've seen him haul in almost everything thrown his way. Had one of the catches of the year recently. One-handed catch on the sideline there. That was a beautiful thing to see. Evan Ingram is playing his butt off, and he's not a guy that's fighting for a contract now. He's a guy that has his contract, can feel comfortable with a little bit of long-term security there with his contract. And so Evan Ingram has really been an asset for the Jaguars here in 2022 and 2023. He continues to be that. I think that he definitely deserves to be in the Pro Bowl right now. Travis Etienne sticking on the offensive side of the ball. He deserves to be in the Pro Bowl as well. 4th most rushing yards in the entire league. He's been catching a ton of passes out of the backfield as well. He leads the NFL and missed tackles forced. So he's making guys miss. He's slippery. He's got contact balance. His speed is out of this world. Travis Etienne right now is one of the best backs in the NFL. He's leading the NFL in touches right now. I think you want to kind of limit that moving forward just so you have him healthy throughout the postseason. But this is a guy that's going to continue to rack up the touches, continue to rack up the yards, make people miss. Again, he's slippery, he's creative, he's got all sorts of moves in the open field, and he's faster than just about everyone on the field. So Travis Etienne doing it all for the Jaguars offense right now. Foye Oluokun on the defensive side of the ball, he is second in the NFL in tackles, leads all linebackers in the NFL in stops with 33. And again, stop is a tackle by a defensive player that constitutes a negative play for the offense, constitutes a win for the defense. He is leading the NFL in that type of tackle. So that's a type of tackle where third down, you're stopping them short of the sticks or stopping them at the line of scrimmage or right around the line of scrimmage on screen plays. You've seen Foye Oluokun blowing up offenses' plays all year long. I think he's going to continue to do that. He's second in the NFL in tackles, as I mentioned. He has led the NFL in tackles the last 2 years prior to 2023. I would not be surprised if he is able to snag that title once again. Obviously, you don't care about the title of leading tackler in the NFL as much as you do winning and making an impact on the game. And talking about making an impact on the game, how about a pick six? That was awesome from Foye Oluokun on Thursday night. So this is a guy that I think is not only playing at a Pro Bowl level, but maybe even all-pro. I think you look at Andre Sisco, and you could make the same argument. Jaguars safety, tied for second in the NFL in interceptions with 3. He racks up a bunch of tackles as well. He is the type of guy that flies around the football field, and offenses, they have to know where he is because he is a big play waiting to happen for the defense. He is so athletic. He's so fiery. I think he's playing at an extremely high level mentally now as well in this defense. So Andre Sisco, in his third year in the league, he is playing about as good a safety as anyone right now. And then you look at Darius Williams, his second year with the Jaguars. He is also tied for second in the NFL in interceptions with 3, leads the NFL in pass breakups with 8. He has been awesome for the Jaguars with his playmaking ability and coverage. He hasn't been perfect throughout the year, but the big plays have more than made up for some of the negative plays that Darius Williams has had, and he has been giving high effort. You saw him making a big open field tackle on Thursday Night Football, a tackle that had to be made. He come up and make it, and I think Darius Williams is just the type of guy that, they brought him in. They wanted to play him at nickel, even though he played outside for the Rams, but he has been, once they put him back outside, he has been lights out for the Jaguars over the last year or so, and a guy that they can really rely on to make big plays for them. Trevor Lawrence, back on the offensive side of the ball, the box score numbers might not really suggest a Pro Bowl type performance so far for Trevor Lawrence, but for me, he absolutely has been. Top 5 in big time throws in the NFL, executing at an extremely high level mentally and mechanically. I think his footwork has really improved in 2023. I think he's getting it done at a high level, and he's getting it done with his legs as well, despite, on the Thursday night game dealing with the knee injury. He had a career day in rushing. So he's been awesome for the Jaguars so far, a true leader, a true superstar at the quarterback position, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, despite only being 24 years old. He is balling at such a high level. Love watching Trevor Lawrence go out there and play. Got to get in Logan Cook here, okay? Jaguars punter. He should be in the Pro Bowl every year. He's 4th in net average right now amongst punters. He is 1st in inside the 20 punts. He's getting it done with the fake punts as well, as you saw on Thursday night, getting it done with his arm. We know he's got a big arm, and I like to see the Jaguars use it occasionally. He's the man, been such a good player for the Jaguars for so long. Maybe their best player in terms of over the last 5-6 years who's been playing the best football overall for the Jaguars. Logan Cook is definitely right up there. I have a couple guys that I think are on the fringe, probably not quite Pro Bowl caliber at this point, but they're close and they could get there. Christian Kirk for me is on the fringe, probably needs a couple really big games where he gets multiple touchdowns down the stretch to get there, but I think he should be in that conversation. It's difficult in the AFC, absolutely loaded with superstar receivers in the AFC right now. So Christian Kirk, he's been very good for the Jaguars, making a ton of big plays, none bigger than the score at the end of the game against the Saints on Thursday Night Football. I think McManus is close as well. He has one miss, basically. When you talk about field goals, he also had one blocked. They both came in the same game. Other than that, he's been absolutely money for the Jaguars. He's made some long kicks. He's been very good on kickoffs for them as well. I think if one of those kicks that didn't go in that 1 week did go in. I think you're probably talking about him as a Pro Bowl caliber player. I think he can get there throughout the remainder of the season if he keeps playing at the level he's playing at. And Devin Lloyd, for me, he is really close to playing at a Pro Bowl level. He is second in the NFL in pass breakups behind Darius Williams. These two guys are just breaking the ball up a ton in coverage, and you've seen him look so much more comfortable dropping in zones. He's not moving too fast. The game has slowed down for him, as Doug Peterson said this past week. He's been playing so well, and he would have a couple picks if it wasn't for that cast on his hand. That's how close he's been to picking off some of these pass breakups. He's doing really well in terms of keying against the run. He's playing physical. He's playing fast. He's playing smart. Devin Lloyd is looking like the first-round pick that you expected to get in 2022. Sometimes it just takes a little while for guys to get it all together. And of course, I always have to bring up, he missed most of training camp and the preseason with the hamstring injury last year. So it was not fair to judge him fully. A guy that's coming in expected to start in his rookie year and deals with a hamstring throughout the entire training camp and preseason portion of the year. It just wasn't really fair to him to have him out there starting. But he got experience. I think he's better for it now, and he's playing at that first round level that you expected to see him at. And a guy that I was just such a fan of the pick. They traded up to get him. He's now showing exactly why they valued him so highly, why I valued him so highly in 2022. So that's going to do it here for the Jaguars playing at a Pro Bowl level. I think they've got a bunch of guys executing and operating at an extremely high level, both on offense, defense, and special teams. This is a team 5-2 right now. They're right there at the top of the AFC. The only team that has a better record than them right now is the Kansas City Chiefs. So kudos to the Jaguars for how they've been playing over the last month with less than ideal situations, in terms of travel and time off and all that stuff. But they're going to have a nice little period here where they only have one game in about 20 days against the Steelers. After the mini bye from Thursday Night Football, you play the Steelers, then you have your actual bye week. So the Jaguars should be able to get rested up and get healthy for the stretch run in 2023. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. You can hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo, follow Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a show. If you want to check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear, you can support the channel that way as well. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Have a good one.